team?
I can see him. I know
that's my
who
guess.
he is and what he looks like.
We'll call the City Council meeting to order on September 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Ask the city recorder to call the roll.
Councillor Barrientos.
Here.
Councillor Blosser.
Here.
Councillor Fitzgerald.
Here.
Councillor Holzapfel.
Here.
Councillor Jantz.
Here.
Councillor Schilling. Councillor Shane.
Here.
Councillor Spivey.
Here.
Council President Briggs is excused.
All right, we have a quorum. Will everyone join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any introductions, recognitions, or proclamations tonight?
We don't, Mayor Slack, thank you.
All right, well, then we'll move right on to public comment. I'll just remind you, for the record, please provide us with your name and whether or not you live inside the city limits. You have up to 3 minutes. It's your turn to talk and ours to listen. You're responsible for the content, even if it was written by someone else. Please direct all comments to the mayor. Do not direct your comments to individual councilors, staff members, or the audience. Defamatory or libelous comments will not be accepted. It is expected that you will maintain decorum and respect for each other. A wide variety of viewers watch these proceedings. Therefore, we would kindly ask that you refrain from the use of offensive language and name calling. Distractions take attention from the speaker. The audience, city council members, and city staff are asked to focus on the speaker during their time by being respectfully quiet. And I have first up Ann Hurd.
Mayor, council members. I've told you many times we give away free passes to the pool. And then we got that almost $3,000 for swim lessons, like $65 certificates that we gave to Polk Resource Center. And so every 6 months or so, Gretchen Knoll gives us an accounting of how many passes have been used, and then we pay the pool directly for those passes. It's just another way that the Friends can support the pool. And we just got a bill for $770, I think, and some change. And so I think she's already been given a check for that. And so that's just another way we support the pool. Believe me, if all the passes that we've handed out were ever redeemed, we wouldn't have a penny left in our account because we've given out thousands of passes. And it's so funny how they don't get used. You know, we give a bunch to CASA. We used to say, oh, it's just for the kids. Now we say, hey, give it to the whole family. Let everybody come for free. And it's still hard to get people to use those passes, and I don't know why. We have been having another campaign to raise funds because the pool is in maintenance mode right now, first week of school, and they are going to replace all the lights, the old fluorescent lights in the pool with LED lights, and it costs $10,000. Well, this is the first project where our $100 donations, our $50 donations, $500 donations have gone directly, all of it, to one particular project that's so obvious. So Dean Sprague, our media guru, has already taken his drone over and taken movies of all the lights and how dark it is in there now. And tomorrow he's going to go over and take more video of them replacing the lights, and then when they're all replaced, he'll take another video of that, and then we'll put it all on our Facebook account to thank everybody. So we're really excited about that. Also, I wanted to read you this card because it's so typical of the comments that we get from people. This is August 4th, 3 days after they got the email that said, we need money, our coffers are empty. Enclosed is a donation, $100, for the lighting needs for the pool. The pool and classes have been a lifesaver to me over the years, as well as a bonus of meeting wonderful people and new friends along the way. Your friend always, Linda Rosenbaum. And that's why people love the pool. They love the pool because it's good for their health and it's great for their social activity that they probably don't have at home. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, we've raised $2,000 so far since August.
Wonderful. Do you have anyone else who wants to testify tonight? Do we have anyone on the phone? All right. We'll move on to the consent agenda. There are two things on there. One is the approval of the city council meeting minutes from August 18th of 2025. And the other is the Johnny Limbo proclamation, which Councilor Blosser already read at the event. So it's just getting it into the record. We don't have to read that again. So I would approve anything from the consent agenda. I'd entertain a motion.
To approve.
Second.
Been moved by Councilor Schilling and seconded by Councilor Shane. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes unanimously. All right, no items removed from the consent agenda. Reports or comments from mayor members. The council members have any comments tonight? Councilor Shane? Oh, okay. Councilor Fitzgerald?
I just wanted to say that last Friday night, I was visiting my sister, and the house across the street from her caught fire. And it's unfortunate that I had to witness that, and it was pretty traumatizing for everyone. But I have to say, and I wanted to give a shout out to our police department, or our fire department, how quickly they responded to the fire and got the fire out. They pulled out a dog that was unconscious and brought her back to consciousness with oxygen, and she's alive still. And the family wasn't there, but the fire was out, and I can't even believe how fast they worked and how fast they got there. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and let them know that it's a wonderful thing to have such a talented, well-trained crew.
Look at that.
Just a minute. I just want to also compliment the fire department, mainly the EMS. My father fell a week and a half ago, and mom should have called the fire department, but she called me, which I said call the fire department. And the professional service that they provide and the easing of all parties involved was neat to see the professionalism. So if you'd please pass that on.
Just one other thing is there was a lot of people that came and, were watching, and they were so kind to everyone that was standing by watching, and they were explaining things to us, and it was really nice. It's nice to have good, well-trained people in charge.
Councilor Shane?
Yeah, I think everybody's at least glancingly, if not intimately, familiar with Moonfall Theater, which Marlene Cox has been producing for, must be close to 30 years now. It's a lot of fun. It's lighthearted and sort of a comedy/musical review. I know a lot of you have been to it. If anybody hasn't, it's highly recommended. I would not normally bring this up in one of our meetings. The reason that I am is because this year, the way Moonfall works, for those who aren't intimately familiar, is each show is a benefit for some nonprofit. And by benefit, what that means is the nonprofit sells the tickets and keeps the proceeds. None of it goes normally to Moonfall. So it's a nice fundraiser for nonprofits. Each show is sponsored by a different one. The reason I'm bringing it up is because this year, at least two of the shows are sponsored by organizations near and dear to our hearts. One is Ann's, and I think her tickets are completely sold out. Is that right? Another one, the September 13th show this year, is a benefit for the Friends of the Library. And that one's not sold out yet, so word to the wise. You can buy tickets after the library or by scanning that QR code. But I thought I'd bring it up because they are definitely benefiting some things we care very much about this year.
Thank you, Councilor Shane. Anyone else? Councilor Barrientos?
Yes, over the past week, I was amazed. I've been watching a neighbor of mine just walks along the path with a bucket, and I was just thinking that he may have been out looking for blueberries or whatever berries grow along the path. And so I just kind of approached him, we had some dialogue, and he says, No, I'm not grabbing blueberries. What I'm doing is I'm going into the creek and there's some new trees that need water. And he's been, watering these trees for about 6 years. And watching the trees along the path grow. Some of them have, new trees have been bowled over, and he's kind of like right at the way and watch these trees grow. And what I'm getting at is this is just one person in Dallas that's doing kind of going out of their way for the quality of life of everybody. And I just wanted to put it out there that if anybody knows someone that has a similar hobby or really enjoys the environment and wants it paid forward, I'd like you to get together with this one particular guy. And maybe we can have more people, pay attention to our own environment.
Carlos, David.
Carlos, you just gave me an idea. One of the wonderful things about living in this community is people who do things like that, and we can all cite examples. I wonder if there would be some value in setting up some kind of an honorary award for people like that would give out maybe 2 or 3 times a year, or I mean, all those details can be worked out. But we all know what a great community this is, how people look out for each other in the community itself. You just cited a great example, and there are many others. I wonder about that. What do you think about working on the idea of some kind of an award for that sort of thing?
I would say in the military, in the police, in the fire department, we usually give coins as an attaboy or attagirl, just kind of like on the spot appreciation of people. And maybe we could have a coin, a mayor's coin, city manager's coin, or the city of Dallas coin. And whenever you see someone going out and about or going above and beyond, they can be presented with a coin.
I was just thinking that some of these things that some of our people do occasionally would rise to a pretty high level, and it might be worth, a formal acknowledgement, like maybe here or something like that. I'm just thinking out loud here, trying to plant an idea.
I think it's a good conversation that the Public Administration Committee could pick up and run with to decide, how to celebrate and honor citizens that go above and beyond for public service.
Now, see what he just did? He just sent it to my committee.
Right back at you.
That's why he's just the manager.
That's correct. Any other discussion? I don't have anything. If not, we'll move on to first reading of ordinances. Ordinance 1912, amending provisions of the Dallas Development Code, Section 2.5030, relating to the establishment of recreational vehicle.
Any questions on that one? This is just an enacting ordinance from the decision that the council made at your last meeting.
Go ahead, Kim.
I just have a question because I wasn't here last meeting when this was all discussed. Is there any time limit on how long someone can stay in the RV park?
So there's.
I love the idea of an RV park. I think
Yeah,
that's
so that's
great.
a great question, and it was also asked at the council meeting. So the city is prohibited from putting a time limit on it as part of our approval, but there's statutory requirements. I think it was like 30 days, and then there's also, but it's really up to the RV owner as well to impose maybe a shorter timeline if they wanted to say, hey, 5 days, 10 days. The owner in this case for the property and the representative indicated that they really want to see this be kind of a higher volume turnover RV park. So that's their plan with the customer who is interested in doing this.
No other questions. I'll declare it to pass its first reading. Next one is ordinance 1913, declaring 1415 Hawthorne Avenue annexed to the city of Dallas and is designating the zoning of said property as residential medium density.
And this is just the follow-up from the public hearing for the enacting ordinance for the annexation and zone change. Again, indicating that the applicant proposed high-density zoning, the council recommended and approved a medium-density zoning after it's annexed into the city.
Questions or discussion on that? If not, I'll declare ordinance 1913 to pass its first reading. Next is ordinance number 1914, declaring 11875 Orrs Corner Road annexed to the city of Dallas and designating the zoning of said property as parks and open space.
So again, this is the enacting ordinance for the public hearing to annex the golf course, Dallas Golf Club property into the city of Dallas. So the golf course is currently outside the city limits. This would be the ordinance that would allow that to be annexed into the city and have a parks and open space zoning apply to it.
When I saw Orr's Corner, I thought it just kind of meant that it's the road.
So it's
the
the property,
address.
it's the property,
It's the
yeah,
property
it's property
on
along
Orr's
Orr's
Corner
Corner,
Road.
right? Yep, yep.
Okay.
Questions or discussion? If not, I'll declare ordinance number 1914 to pass its first reading. Any other business to bring before the council tonight? If not,